Hey, afternoon everybody. It is Tuesday, March 9th. It is about 1:35, and I want to give my thoughts on last night's official restart or revamping or return, if you will, of the Monday Night Wars, this time between TNA and the WWE Impact and Raw. And last night, I know there's a lot of people that were saying they were going to watch both. They were going to do like a picture-in-picture deal on the television. Some were going to watch it on the computer. Was going to watch one of them on the computer, the other on the television. And some, like myself, were going to watch one and then, switch back and forth. But then later on, just watch one, switch back and forth, and then download the other one. Well, what I did last night is and it sounds kind of corny, but I flipped a coin. I flipped a coin, and I said heads, I'm going to watch and record TNA. Tails, I'm going to watch and record Monday Night Raw. And the coin came up heads. So I ended up recording and watching mostly TNA Impact. And what's funny about that is about going on 7 years now, 7 years this spring, I believe, I've been recording onto DVD, plus R, plus RWs, every Raw and SmackDown and even Impact that I know of. When I first started out, I kind of combined them together, and I just decided to go and do them separately. So I started recording, so for almost going on 7 years now, I've been recording TNA, Raw, SmackDown, and even ECW I've been recording before it went defunct. So anyway, I went and I decided that for the first time in a long time I was actually going to record something other than Monday Night Raw, and I ended up recording TNA Impact. And quite honestly, I'm kind of glad I recorded TNA Impact, despite how some people may feel. To me, TNA, because I'll be honest, I read the live blogs, because as everybody knows, if you got HD television, that you always get the actual live version. See, when I lived in the Midwest, I didn't have to worry about HD television because I always knew I was watching a majority of it live. So, anyway, I ended up watching TNA and recording it last night because I read on the live blogs that started around 6 o'clock for both shows, and when I read them, to me it seemed like TNA was a more interesting, more intriguing show. Raw was okay. Raw had its moments. The Undertaker Shawn Michaels confrontation, Triple H Sheamus confrontation. Things like that. Hey, I'm actually glad they allowed Evan Bourne to go to WrestleMania to be Money in the Bank, because if anybody's deserved it, because you look what Evan Bourne's been through, jobbing to a lot of these guys when he should have been pushed to that, to that glass ceiling. I think was a smart move on WWE's part, because I've mentioned this before. WWE sees what TNA is doing, and they're thinking, well, hey, you don't think we can push someone like your X-Division guys, which Matt Sydal, Evan Bourne is? Then that's what we're going to do. We'll show you, and there you go. Evan Bourne's in Money in the Bank. And as far as the guest host, Chris Angel, like I said, my mom, my sisters went to go see him, and really, it was just a normal magician deal. The only thing that he did, which was truly Chris Angel, was he did that little, I guess that little lint thing he had, put it in his mouth, and pulled out his eye, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. You know? But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, I actually downloaded Monday Night Raw because I recorded TNA Impact, and like I said, the reason I did it is because TNA had a more intriguing, it was a more intriguing show from what I read on the blogs. So, and I just watched it and I enjoyed it. It was just so well done, and a majority. I mean, yeah, it had a few flaws in it here and there, but it was just so well done in so many areas. I mean, we had, you know, Monday Night Raw, like I said, they had the moments, but it was just like, you know, it's just the same thing over again. And when I read the main event for Monday Night Raw, how it was being played out between Vince McMahon and John Cena, and I saw the fact that Vince had turned it into a no disqualification match, a gauntlet match, basically had everybody beat down John Cena until he comes in and puts his knee on John Cena like, yeah, I beat John Cena. See how tough I am, Vince? See how tough I am, Brett? I beat him just like that. You know, and again, it's just like typical stuff, so. But yeah, so I decided just to go with TNA that night, and they had a better show overall, I have to say. I mean, I never thought I'd say that about Monday Night Raw. You know, I've always been a fan of them, always watched them, recorded them. But the truth is, TNA had the better show, and you know, they had more intriguing storyline going there. I mean, Sting turning heel and doing the things that he did, attacking Hogan, attacking a bit, attacking RVD, putting his hands on Dixie Carter. You know, so things like that. And you know, and I think I know why Sting's being portrayed like this. I mean, Sting, I think, is being put into an angle, that's just my opinion, to where he feels as though Dixie Carter is relying more on people like Hogan and Van Dam and Bischoff and those that side with Hogan and those that Hogan brings in, instead of relying on those that help build the company from the ground up, like Styles and Daniels and even Abyss and Joe. Instead of relying on them to lead the charge, you know, like Kazarian said, like the X-Division have them lead the charge in this war, so-called war so far as we know. Instead, she's relying on all these other people, and that's why I believe when he said, I owe you nothing, basically saying, hey, I don't owe you an explanation, you should know why I'm doing this, basically. But overall, it was a better show, and the fans, when RVD made his debut, they knew exactly who the opponent was going to be. I mean, they just chanted his name, and it came out, and it's RVD, the whole effing show. And when I was watching it, I thought the theme song, I thought his music was saying RVD, the whole fucking show, you know, instead of the whole effing show. That's what it sounded like to me on television. But anyway, it was a great debut for him. Jeff Hardy comes in at the end, helps them out. And then we find out tonight, or should we say next Monday night's Impact, Hardy and Van Dam are going to team up against Styles and Wolf. So that ought to be interesting to see what happens there. But overall, I have to say that TNA had the better show. Like I said, Raw had its moments. Like I mentioned, Michaels, Taker, Sheamus, Triple H, Evan Bourne going to WrestleMania, which is truly deserving. But overall, just TNA had the better show, and let's just see if they can keep it up. And that's really all I'm going to say about it. And I will talk to you all later. Peace out. And I'm sorry if I got distracted here.